Hello, I'm here with my new dear friend Bunmi, uh, from the Caribbeans, but she's in the US, and she's one of the recent attendees and alumni of the Make Live 5-Day Profile Podcast Launch Challenge. It was awesome having you. So thank you for attending the challenge, Bunmi. First, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do, and how did you find out about the challenge?
Well, my name is Bunmi Daramaja Curly. I'm a pharmacist of 33 years, turned wellness strategist. And what I do is I help people who have liver health challenges and are seeking for solutions. I help them to take control of their well-being when the traditional ways fell short, for them. And majority of them have been able to find solutions, at least reputable results within a short period of time. About within 90 days, they can see some improvement. I also mentor healthcare professionals who are looking for other fulfillment beyond their traditional and current roles. How did I find the challenge? I was actually on Facebook and went there to check my messages. And you and I believe Beverly popped up on my screen,
Wow.
and something just said, let me listen, to what's happening. And as I was listening, I decided, let me just pay more attention to what you were talking about. But what got my attention was when you were telling your story. And and it was as if I was seeing myself because I really have not told you how my story was. And now I'm looking at this guy on the screen and I'm like, huh, a brief of what you mentioned, I thought about that about myself too. And this guy seems so genuine. And I'm like, you know what? I think maybe I need to register for this podcast because I've been thinking about, doing that podcast or reel. I wasn't sure exactly which way to go, but I knew that I needed to go and talk about, what I'm doing on that kind of platform. And when I heard your story, I was like, I think I needed to attend this challenge. And I'm so glad that I did because I gained so much, from that. I never thought, podcast. I was like, how am I going to do that? But after listening to you, after attending that 5-day challenge, I got more confident. And I feel that, yes, this is something I can do. I need to get out of that zone of, can I do this? Can I not do this? I need to just get myself out there and get it started. And thank you so much because it wasn't just one of those kind of challenges that you attend, that you're after the challenge, you're like, okay, another one. But this was so different. It was so different in a way that I felt comfortable. It's like you're chatting with friends and you can pretty much talk and have that relief, that you can say whatever you want to say. And I felt I was really appreciative.
Well, thank you so much for these beautiful words. Really mean the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, the universe works in a funny way. Everything happens for a reason, the right time, and it was meant for us to connect at that time. And yeah, I'm delighted. It was a blast having you. So speaking of the challenge, what do you think of the overall content of the challenge?
I love your setup. I love how you made people feel comfortable and how you started with this is what we are going to talk about. This is what you are going to achieve. And by the end of this challenge, you should be comfortable, to do this because it's not that hard.
Mhm.
And the way you brought that on, as in the step by step, it's easier for people to understand. And it's easier for people to say, oh, let me attend the next one. Then, the day two. I'm anxious for day three. I'm looking forward for day four. And that was exactly how I felt. And how you guided us on, what do you call it? Your mission, really, what you're doing, you know, I mean, I wrote my mission and things like that, but the way you actually guided us on how to put it together and go actually for what is your genius. That I loved a lot because it brought me back to focus. I mean, if you go on my LinkedIn, I've actually fine-tuned my LinkedIn now. And I'm excited. I'm excited and I know that I'm going to be inviting you on my podcast.
I'd be honored. I'd be honored. And think of that. We need to get you on my podcast sometime next or the week after.
I would love that.
I can't wait to unpack your story and have you one of the first guests in my 400s. I just released my 400. Well, I'm going to release 400 episodes next week. So yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. What do you think of the experts I brought in during the challenge?
Oh, wow. You have people that know what they are doing, people that have actually done it, been there, done that. And it's like kind of like a piece of cake.
Mm.
And the thing is, when they're explaining it to you, you feel like, okay, this is easy to understand. I'm trying to remember your friend,
Mi-
uh,
Misha? Oh,
Misha. Yeah,
Misha.
Misha. I tell you, I mean, that guy is good. I
That's
mean,
a great sense.
I mean, he is good. I mean, he goes into details. I mean, I looked at his and the fact that he shared his information, how to, I was really impressed. I was really appreciative, because you see a lot of people, they will only show you a glimpse. He actually guided you through, and he also sent you, how to use this. I
Yes.
mean, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. I was like, boy, so there are still some people like this here, that are not, I don't like to use the word selfish because it's their stuff. They don't have to share it.
Yeah.
But for someone who actually is giving it to you without any asking for anything back, it is really remarkable and such an amazing guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Such an amazing guy. Yeah,
I'm
I
glad.
like.
Thank you. I've been hosting my challenges since January of last year, and I've been bringing Misha pretty much in every challenge. And when I do a poll inside my challenge academy to say which expert would you like to come back, Misha is by far the one that people want the most because what he says is completely mind blowing. I had invited him for the UK class, which is in California, which is literally 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock for him, and he woke up. I told him, listen, you only have 20 minutes, but it was so good. I let him do 30 minutes. I said, listen, for the US one, I did something I never did. I said, listen, you start first because I want to give as much value to my audience. Then I'll do my teaching after. And I gave him the entire hour because he deserves it. I mean, and he killed it.
Oh yeah, very valuable information that I mean, there is no way I could have found out, something like that. The details of what he showed.
This is what people would sell for $1,000, $2,000. But he shared
There's no way.
graciously, kindly.
Yeah, really appreciative.
Yeah,
Really appreciative.
very
Yes,
welcome. Did you get to watch the expert talk that Michael, my marketing guy, my copywriting guy, did for the UK call?
I did.
Wow.
He's good. I'm telling you, he's good.
Fire.
He is good. I can't even say which one is better because I was there. I was like, and I started taking my pen. Then I will stop. Then I'll go
Yes.
back, and then take my pen, and then I stop. And someone asked a question. There's a lady that was the example, princess,
Yeah, yeah, princess.
and I was like, wow. I was like, wow. I mean, look at, it's like you're going through what people go through every day, and you're seeing how that unfolds. It's amazing how, he put her through the questions he was asking and the response she was giving, and how he was saying that, okay, no, I think that has to come later. This is where I'm like, wow.
This guy, he charges $10,000 for the same thing in his program, but he graciously gives freely. I love to surround myself with people who are heart-centered, who want to help first, because when you help first, that's when the universe blesses you later. It's not the other way around. Buy, 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 and then I help you. No, I help you, and then when you see the value, then you will be compelled. It's gonna be a natural decision for you to invest. This is
Exactly.
how
Yes.
business is supposed to
Yes.
be.
Yes. It was, I mean, that challenge is one of the best challenges that I've ever attended.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm not saying that because I'm on your show. Yes.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I'm
I
having
I
goosebumps. You see?
I, I gained a whole lot because, and the thing is, you were so original,
Mm, thank you.
so original that, anybody can relate.
Yeah.
You And that is honestly speaking, I learned from you. Apart from the 5-day challenge,
Mm.
even the way you brought yourself in and things like that, I learned a lot. To the point that I didn't, boy, Bumi, you need to start loosening up.
Are you referring to me?
me,
I
me
didn't.
after,
Oh, okay, okay. No, you're great. You're great. Just stay the way you are. You're great. Awesome. What do you think of the other attendees that you met during the challenge?
oh, the other this, the thing is, everybody was free to, talking about what they do and the questions. So I don't see any problems at
Yeah.
all because it's like everybody was free to talk.
Mm.
Everybody was chiming in,
Yeah.
and I like that. I like that. And a lot of them actually have started, podcasting.
Yes.
And
Yes.
very few of, I think a couple of us or so,
Good.
were the JJC.
Yeah.
Johnny just come.
Oh, I'm learning something new. JJC Johnny just come. I love that. I love that. Okay. How did you like the fact that this was a smaller group as opposed to a big group?
You know, that's another thing that I learned
Mm,
because having a small group, you learn more than having a bigger group because you pay attention to each person, and that small group, it feels like maybe, how will I put it? Kind of like your own unique, kind of group
the party.
that you have this kind of bond.
Yes.
But when you have a huge group, yeah, you're learning, but the person you're learning from is not paying a detailed attention to each person. I mean, it's so big, you can pay that. I like that a lot. Like I said, I learned a lot, from you. I learned a lot because I used to think, oh, big, yeah, but no, the small, the better,
Indeed. And that's why
the
last year,
better.
especially the summer, I used to have those big groups of 50 to 100 attendees. While it was fun meeting amazing new people, but I couldn't really spend time with each of them. Otherwise, it would have been a 5, 6 hour calls, even though my calls were like 2 hours, 2.5 hours last year. But then I said, let me focus on smaller groups so I can have more time with each person so they can get the most out of their time. and form deeper bonds, deeper connections. Because at the end of the day, it's all about that connection and trust, the business.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. What was your biggest takeaway, your biggest aha moment in the week?
The biggest aha moment was when I realized that I was shortchanging myself.
Mm, yes.
That I think, how will I put it? I think I feel like maybe I needed to give. I give too much than I'm supposed to.
Mm,
And honestly, and I thought maybe that's what a lot of people were doing. And then I realized that you can still charge for you still can charge for for what you're doing instead of just giving it away. So I have started changing things around.
good.
Started changing things around now. My my other biggest takeaway is the fact that I was able to fine tune my mission because I know that with what I do, I can help a lot of people, not just people in the live, that are having liver issues. But like you said, if you focus on that niche, they will come,
Indeed.
and I can still help people, you know, along the way. So those are my biggest. And then I guess the least takeaway, if I have any, I don't know if I do have any least takeaway because there are so many things that I gained from that.
No, no, I said the biggest takeaway or your biggest moment, not the least, the biggest.
My biggest moment,
Yeah, the biggest takeaway, the biggest aha moment. You mentioned that fine-tuning yourself, it's okay to charge.
yes.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Mhm. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. What was holding you back from launching your podcast before this?
So I was on social media. Signed up on social media a long time ago, but then I had a lot of hesitation because so many things, on social media. And then I got back on social media 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I started working social media, but I was still skeptical, and I'm not a techie person, which another one I realized you don't have to be a techie
that's it.
person.
This guy, not a techie.
And I realized that. And, every now and then I will throw myself out there. I'll do like a reel, then I'll kind of pull back, and every now and then I will do a short recording, then I'll pull back. But then after attending your session, and I was like, if I'm sitting here with these experts and sitting here and feeling so casual and talking like you're friends meeting, at like a lounge or something, and I'm talking to them, why can't I do the same thing?
I think, yeah.
That's all it takes. I don't have to getting all wound up and try to be perfect and things like that. Just let loose. As long as you don't mistalk. You know? So that's the reason why.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, now I can get on a podcast and start.
Yeah, as I said, I don't do any social media because social media, it works if you're a LeBron James or someone at that level of the massive audience, especially with today's people having the attention span of a goldfish and scrolling nonstop.
Yeah.
most you get 5 to 10 seconds, and you can really help someone with 5 or 10 seconds. Whereas on a podcast, when someone gives you 20, 30, 40, 60 minutes of the time, that person is incredibly, incredibly qualified and warmed because not only
Yes.
interested in your topic, but they like you. They like your sense of humor, your personality, can see themselves in you. And because of that, you get an incredible, intimate connection with them. Even though you may never see them or meet them in person, you feel like you know them, you see them as a friend. You will be compelled. Hey, let me reach out to this person, email them, whatever. Hey, can you help me? Can we can we work together? Because again,
Yes.
it's all about trust.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So now that you have this clarity, how do you think this is going to help you moving forward, implementing what I shared with you in the challenge, and especially how to leverage podcasting for you and your business? How do you think this is going to help you and your business moving forward?
Honestly, I know that podcasting is going to help my business, especially my story and the people I'm trying to reach.
Mm.
Because it's not just professionals that I'm trying to reach. Um, there are so many people that need help in what I'm doing. When it comes to like liver health,
Yeah.
there's so many people that have this problem, and people don't realize that our liver plays a big role in how we live.
Oh, big time.
Yes, and if the liver is not working right, so many things fall apart.
Yes.
And I've seen that, I've experienced that, I've had family members experience that. And what's the best way to share this than to the public?
Share your story. Yeah.
So when you kept saying, sometimes I hear people say, well, share your story. And the way, like you said, sometimes things happen for a reason because you hear share your story. But when people are saying share your story, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sharing my story, but certain things I'm not sharing. But when I attended that event, I'm like, why are you holding back?
Bingo.
This is something that can make a big change in people's life. And I'm sitting on it, and I'm not saying much about it. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, which story really should I say? Because I have, kid you not, I have more than just that liver story. I mentioned about the head trauma, you know, but my main passion is that of the liver. So sometimes I get torn between the two. Which story do I want to tell? But I have to focus on one.
You know, that's beautifully said. One thing, when you're talking, I got a message come to my mind. That was, what you're holding back is your true gift. Because the thing that hurts you the most, that's the thing that's your biggest gift.
Yes.
And I had people on my podcast that shared things I've never shared before, but as soon as they shared, like going to jail, doing things we're not supposed to do, they shared it and they felt so relieved. They said, wow, it's almost like taking a massive weight off of their chest. Now
Yes.
they have no reason to hide, and because they're being authentic, they're being vulnerable, that makes them so much more relatable and
Yeah.
trustworthy. Because again, it's all about being authentic, being trustworthy. And if
Yes.
you're hiding things, people can sense it. Well, this person's not telling me the full picture.
Yes.
People can see to the BS, People
Yeah.
are smart.
Yeah.
especially intention, the gut feeling. You can't fool the gut
Yeah.
feeling, you know.
Okay. Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's
You
true.
have the biggest, most beautiful, sexiest smile, but you cannot fool that gut feeling.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, well done, awesome. Um, if someone is currently sitting on the fence and wondering whether podcasting is something that may apply or may help them in their business, would you recommend them having a chat with me and sign up for an upcoming challenge?
You know I will. I've actually, during that challenge, there was a friend of mine that I actually referred to join, but
Mhm.
I know that her schedule is crazy. That's probably why. So I don't know when next you are joining, when next you are having one, let me know. I can let her know.
Yeah.
There's also someone else who's also a friend. He's actually a coach.
Mhm.
He's a human performance coach
Beautiful.
that we do actually we do presentation together. We talk together. I mentioned about you to him,
Thank you.
and uh, and he said he's gonna check it out.
Awesome. Thank you.
So, oh yeah, I don't have any hesitance at all.
Thank you.
I will refer them. That's not a problem at all.
Thank you, Bunmi. These words mean the world to me. I appreciate deeply. Thank you from my heart, my soul to yours. Cheering for you. God is cheering for you. But you know, as I said in the challenge, who's the most important people cheering for us?
Yes,
Future clients.
yes,
They're waiting for you. You may not see them now, but they are there. 5 days is saying, come on, Bunmi, we need you. Stop getting out of your way. Stop
yes,
overthinking. Trust the process. Level up because we need you. And these are the people that we cannot let down.
that's true. That's true.
And
That's
let's help those. Let's bring your gift to the world. Thank you for this beautiful, heartfelt, candid feedback.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. And I'm made
Thank,
it for you. Thank you, my friend. Take care.
thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.